Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're really zeroing in on a critical point for Africa regarding climate change. The continent contributes the least to emissions, but is disproportionately vulnerable. So, our mission here is to explore one of the key mechanisms fighting back. Workstream 4 at the African Group of Negotiators Expert Support. This is all about capacity development and training. It's the foundation for building Africa's own expertise.
That's absolutely right. It's essential framing if we want real climate action. I mean, effective action, whether that's internationally, regionally, or right down to the local community level. It really demands leaders and specialists who are highly trained at every single level. And Workstream 4, that's exactly what we focus on. Building that knowledge, providing the right tools.
Okay, so building this kind of capacity doesn't just happen overnight. There must have been something that kicked it all off. What was the sort of flagship initiative that laid the groundwork for this whole journey?
Yes, that would be the Climate Governance Diplomacy and Negotiations Leadership Program. We launched that back in 2020. It was, foundational. And the impact, it's been immediate and quite significant. We've now trained over 1,800 experts, and that's reaching across all 54 African countries. So it's created this vibrant continent-wide network. People who understand the science, yes, but crucially, they're adept at advocating for Africa's specific needs and interests in those big global discussions.
Wow, 1,800 experts across the whole continent. That's genuinely impressive scale. But I mean, the climate crisis isn't exactly static, is it? Things are changing so fast. How does AGNES adapt? How do you scale up training quickly for these new emerging challenges without losing quality? We need specialized skills like yesterday.
Exactly. That's the core challenge. And it's where our expansion into these more advanced short courses really comes into play. We realized we needed to pivot to move from foundational policy to very specific technical, practical skills. And these new courses are chosen based on urgency and immediate relevance.
What's needed now?
Okay, take for example the course on digital technologies and AI for climate action. It's an 8-unit course. We go beyond just theory. Participants learn machine learning basics, sure, but then they immediately apply it to real African challenges, like using satellite data for flood warnings or planning microgrids better. It's very much learning by doing. The end goal is for them to develop their own actionable projects.
Right? Actionable projects. And a huge barrier is always finance, isn't it? Accessing climate capital seems like the perennial problem for African initiatives. If you have a great idea but can't get it funded, well, nothing happens. What specific financial skills are you teaching in the Climate Finance and Innovative Business Models course?
Yes, this is another 8-unit course, and is designed precisely to tackle that barrier head-on. We teach the whole architecture of global climate finance. Where the money is, how the system works, how to navigate it. But the crucial part, I think, is the hands-on component. Developing genuinely bankable projects. And by bankable, I mean proposals that meet those rigorous international standards. Due diligence on risk, scalability, impact. So they're basically ready to go out and secure funding immediately.
Okay, bankable projects, that's key. Now, there's another area that feels incredibly urgent. This link between climate fragility, peace, and security. The Climate, Peace and Security course sounds particularly timely. What are the analytical tools participants get there? How do they connect climate address to, say, conflict prevention?
This course is definitely critical, and frankly, it's one of the few programs on the continent really tackling this nexus directly. The urgency is just immense. We focus hard on integrated conflict and climate analysis, teaching specific models. For instance, how to predict the ways prolonged drought might worsen resource competition leading to displacement or, yes, conflict risks. The goal is to learn how to embed climate resilience thinking directly into peace-building work.
So it's about prediction and prevention, integrating climate into security frameworks. These practical outputs, the project's analysis models sound incredibly valuable. But how do you make sure this knowledge sticks? That it doesn't just sort of evaporate after the course ends? What's the plan for the long haul? The institutional commitment.
That's vital. We absolutely have to institutionalize this knowledge, make it permanent for the next generation and beyond. And that long-term commitment is really embodied in the JL Viker Climate Change Training Institute, the JVCCCTI. It's named in honor of the late advocate JL Viker Ludeki, a real champion in climate action. Its construction is actually underway right now in Olorapil in Kajiado West.
So is JVCCTI is set to become this dedicated hub, a center for advanced training?
Yes, but also research innovation. It will host postgraduate programs, specialized masterclasses, research facilities, community projects. Essentially, this will be embedding and institutionalizing capacity building, giving Africa its own physical center for climate expertise for the long term.
So, bringing us all together, what this really means for you, the listener, is seeing how the African Group of Negotiators expert support is actively bridging that gap. Moving beyond just talking about science and policy into practical action. It's about ensuring Africa shifts from being seen primarily as vulnerable towards being recognized as a continent driving informed, powerful climate action on its own terms, thanks to this growing internal expertise. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.